Hey, collective. What's happening, my lovely people? Ooh, my joy sticker stuck out. Okay, and they told me they wanted me to make this about love. I didn't even know that was on my desk. Silly. Gonna be about love. Let's see what it's gonna say. Let's see what they want to say today. I still have hope we will be together again. From my higher self, being with you is what I truly want. They want you to know that you've been receiving a lot of communication from somebody else's higher self, their inner being. And while in the 3D, it does not look like the message you're receiving in the 5D, they want you to know the message you're receiving in the 5D is current, and what you're receiving in the 3D, that's past tense. What you live right now is past tense energy, vibration manifested in physical form. The last form of manifestation is the physical form. So by the time that manifests, it was all of the energy before that created the manifestation that you're living now. And they want you to know that something has dramatically shifted with someone that you were involved with in some capacity. I don't know. It feels spiritual in nature. It really does. You are meant to be with this person in whatever capacity this is, whether it's romantic, whether it's business. It just seems like the universe knew your inner being and their inner being already had this plan up in the heavens long before you guys figure it out down here in the earthly realm. And even though things didn't have not looked like they're coming together, they really are big time, big time coming together. Michael wants to speak. I just heard. Have no fear. Yeah. So this is like maybe you've had a fear that this isn't going to come together and work out or come to fruition, or there's been some doubt here regarding whatever this relationship is or it coming together and being successful. The fear is what's holding it back in the 3D. That's what you're working through right now. Once you work through that fear in the 3D, it becomes you get to manifest the 5D version that you've been living into the 3D. But you have to work through the fear of believing that you are worthy of this. It's a lot of people, pretty much every human being will say, I believe I deserve this. I believe I, but the truth is, you don't live like you deserve it. You don't live that way. Like you could say the words, but a lot of times we think we can be delusional when we think we're doing something and we're really not. Like you could say, I know I'm worthy of this, but you don't live like you're worthy of it. So the words are not matching the actions. And that's what's taken so long to figure out is that what you've been saying really it has not been the truth all along. You've had to back it up a step and work on your worthiness. And that's what the issue was here. Having the fear of not being good enough because maybe you've been denied or rejected or brought down too many times before. So it's kind of caused you to kind of be like, you know what? I don't even want to try anymore. I'm tired. I don't even want to try again. I can't go through that type of rejection again. I can't go through that. That's what it feels like you're going through. And Source is like, please don't give up. This is really here. We were telling the truth the whole time. It just, we know the whole story. We see the end game. We don't just see right in front of our faces. That's what Source is saying. And they want you to be able to look like that too, to be able to see the end game and believe in it. But it feels like in order for you to get to that point, maybe you need to start playing the law of attraction game again and start with smaller things to remember what it's like re-practice what go back to the basics and start practicing law of attraction again. Like writing the list of positive aspects, meditating, practicing and testing the universe with small things. Like it's almost like you need to remember that the universe is fair. You need to remember that the universe will deliver to you whatever you are vibrating. Sometimes what you're vibrating is not what you're thinking. Sometimes we tell ourselves that we are doing better than we really are. And that's why we don't manifest. And that's unfortunate, because then we get stuck in that loophole, and then we start thinking we're not good enough. And it's not that you're not good enough. It's that we got to do some more vibrational groundwork here. The groundwork being that you need to start testing the universe in this way. Universe, I want you to bring me a red rose today. And then let the universe show you evidence of that rose, and test it with little things that are insignificant and don't hold a lot of weight. Like where you, and when I say hold a lot of weight, I mean that something you're not really yearning for, something you've been trying to get for a while. Things that are insignificant, like let me help me find 10 cents today, or it could be any little insignificant thing. Just bring it to you, a blue piece of yarn. Silly things like that. Just have them. And then when you start seeing that pop into your experience over and over and over, it is going to light you up on the inside, because you knew that you deliberately asked for it. You see that the universe deliberately delivered it to you, and then you feel good about it. So that when you feel good about that thing the universe delivered to you, and you feel tickled and delighted inside, then all of a sudden the universe is saying, oh, you like that? Here's some more. Do you like that? Here's some more. It's like you need to be reacquainted with how the laws of the universe work. And remember, you're not being punished for something right now. It is truly just your thoughts that are keeping you back. And it's understanding that what you were thinking, it's almost, there's something about you saying or feeling or thinking you know something, but it's really not the truth. I'm trying to word this in a way that makes sense, and it's not coming across clearly. I apologize. I don't want to say this and have it come off rude, because that's not the way I intend for it to at all. I just really can't think of a phrasing to make this clear. In some cases, your thoughts are telling you you're doing better than you are. And then in other cases, your thoughts are telling you you're doing worse than you are. They want you to really start matching your emotion to the thought. You're not marrying the two to see where the disconnect is. When you think about abundance and it causes a feeling inside of you, what feeling is that? Is that a feeling of elation, or is that a feeling of abundance? That'll tell you where you are vibrationally. You got to remember the rules of the law of attraction. You got to remember the basics of stuff to be able to build from. I don't know why this is coming to my mind, but I was just thinking about Bashar. I was listening to Bashar. It was before Trump got elected. And somebody came up and asked him who was going to be president, and he said it was still up to us. But they said, if so and so becomes president, what happens? If so and so becomes president, what happens? And so I can't remember, but they said if Trump is elected, what's going to happen? And he said war. He actually, I think he ended up saying a world war, but I don't hold me to it because I don't remember if it's a world war. But he did say war. And what are we in right now? Energy does not lie, people. Energy does not lie. So the mouth, there's something about what's being said does not match what's being felt. And you got to work on figuring that out. Ooh, and when you do, your wishes come true. Yeah. It's a life full of excitement. Excitement. I like that. It was just my mom's birthday on there. A life full of excitement. Okay, so this 10 of Cups came in reverse, and I flipped it over to see what the card said because I don't typically use this deck. Here's what I'm getting. Right now, someone is masking their emotion because the emotion is too intense to feel. And they're masking it with a substance, whether it's an alcohol or a pill or weed or something like that. And it's actually causing the family dynamic to be worse, because while someone is escaping here, other things are falling apart, where if you're not escaping, you could address these things and make this a really happy, content family. That's another thing that's going on, and it has to do with this situation not panning out as quickly as you had hoped for it to. This can be fixed. All right, this can be fixed. I keep forgetting my camera's off to the side. Chair's way over here. Okay, sorry. There's something about your hands, something to do with your hands. Your hands are extremely skilled at something, and whatever, there's something you could be doing with your hands that eliminates fear, because it causes your brain to focus in such a way everything else just kind of drifts away, which is going to help you heal the issues with the substances that you are consuming, which is in turn going to heal the 10 of cups in reverse. Okay. Whatever it is that, yeah, they're going back to the hands. They don't want me to stop. Let me get a message. Your hands are your powerhouse money maker. The thing that you should be doing the most is the thing you're not doing at all, or at the very least. You need to flip the script. There's something about something you're looking at as very insignificant, and you just kind of keep pushing it away and pushing it away. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to look at that. Nope, nope, nope. I'm gonna do this. But the thing you're doing is keeping you stuck. And the thing they keep telling you to do that you're not doing is the thing that's going to free you and bring you money and bring you happiness and bring you this relationship, because it helps readjust your vibration to a vibrational point where you can manifest this. Whatever it is that you can do with your hand. I'm also here, I'm seeing clay, like molding, like hand molding with clay, like with your hands, but literally with the hands, and some little handheld tool type stuff. That's what I'm seeing. It's going to help you manifest this. And I know that seems insignificant or small, but they keep pointing out, and you know what? They keep bringing that up in every reading. And the fact that they keep bringing it up is telling me that people are not taking the advice and doing it. Because if you were taking the advice and doing it, the message would change. We would get the next step, but the next step can't come until you do the step that they are requiring you to do now. Okay. I'm going to leave it there, guys. I love you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Peace and love.